Let me make something clear. The videos that I'm making are principally focused on, as far as audience goes, those that are awakened or in the process of awakening, who are becoming more aware, questioning their reality, questioning the reality around them. And it's not exactly for those who will continue in their ways, unchanging and unwilling to exploring something outside of their paradigm. If that's the case, it's not exactly for them, although it is open for everyone. I know that there aren't that many that are becoming awakened and enlightened in varying degrees. Now, I just want to say real quick here is that what we put our focus on, our attention to, we give authority to, we're empowering that which we are concentrating upon, whatever that may be. And, that's why I myself don't even pay attention anymore to what's going on in the media and the news. I'm aware of what's going on. Like, I get the idea. Whether it's, I guess, social injustice, if you will, the division among the public about any little thing, whether it's like race, gender, diet and medicine, beliefs, whatever it may be. And of course this, how do I say, this crown virus, global homo virus, pandemic nonsense. It's keeping us apart. It actually is counterproductive to our need for cohesion and unity and community. Like, we actually have to become communitarian. Basically, what I'm here to say is that we must return to real, genuine community. We are in desperate need of friendship, fellowship, brotherhood that is actually authentic and genuine. Because much of what is being promoted in the media, even in alternative media a lot of the times, inspires either fear or anger. The things that Yahushua the Anointed, so-called Jesus Christ, has told people in his time, like these principles and concepts are things that we must come to understand. Like with something like I was reading through Yahu among other scriptures, both omitted and those that were accepted in the establishment canon. In the Sermon on the Mount, one of the most famous passages, and yet just insufficiently understood. With Yahweh's discernment, one can see like it's constantly talking about the kingdom of Yahweh and what that means. And really it's like, yes, there is a metaphysical science to this, where whatever we put our focus on, whatever we're feeding attention into, whether it's positive or negative, good or bad, we are potentiating that and we are reinforcing that. And even those that are not aware of this or don't know how to use it, don't understand it, we're still utilizing it. We still have that power and influence over our environment, over the world around us, the universe, because of our having inherited Yahweh's image and likeness. But we become forgetful of our origin, forgetful of who we are. And really, when he said to affectionately love our fellow as ourself, because they are ourself. Like, we are, as cliche as it sounds, we are connected. We're interdependent. And in reality, we need each other. In some way, I'm not saying that we can't do things solo if necessary, or, sometimes if you've got to stand up for the truth, you're going to be alone in this. And a lot of us have been isolated because of this, or ostracized, or rejected, persecuted, oppressed. But we do still have a need, and this is natural, for community, for fellowship, to get together. What we need to do is to focus on the solutions, not the problems. We understand the problems. I mean, pederasty rings, no justice is being wrought for children, for anybody in this world. I mean, there are just too many topics. Like, whatever is being exposed or given awareness to by, I guess, the new truth community, if you will, or those that just simply notice that just something is not right with our world, and they can see through the lies and deceits and the disinformation that's being fed to us constantly, even by our own peers. Like, we've got to band together, particularly of those of us that are the dissident voices, which are being shut down, which are being suppressed and gaslighted and just trampled, just not really given a real voice. You know, our viewpoints, our feelings, our sensibilities are not being validated, constantly invalidated. And yeah, we get all that. And if we know this, what must we do? We have got to stop with this fear mongering over this bogus virus. I mean, look at the terrain theory. I'll just throw that out there, but just as a starter. But yeah, it's like we must be informed to empower ourselves with knowledge and wisdom and insight, and get together, like whether it's online and if possible to meet in person, to actually have that contact, to have that warmth, to have that communication. We must do this for the sake of our sanity, even, because the world is just getting madder by the day. And I'm just directing this, like, all these principles, whatever they may be, about loving one another, about, you know, what some may call the law of attraction in this day, and I don't know, just we have a power that we're not harnessing, that it has exactly to do with who we are, where we came from, and why we exist here. There's a common thread within all the theologies, but none so coherent and sophisticated and direct and explicit as in the way of Yahweh, within the pure scriptures, that Yahweh, Yahushua, through his messengers, his envoys, his predicators, have tried to bring to us this scientia, dath, gnosis, this acknowledgement knowledge that we must internalize in order to become liberated, to become truly liberated, not in the way that is being given to us by the popular culture now, by the current zeitgeist. We've got to focus on which we desire, not that which we do not desire. Like, I was just reading this morning about more lootings and riotings and burnings of temples and businesses, and just more chaos, or, well, emptiness. I mean to say more mayhem and madness in the streets, more crime, even if it has nothing to do with Black Lives Matter, police brutality, things like that. Just overall crime. And of course, the media puts a hyper focus on that. Sure, but as part of the machine, that's part of the entire body of just wickedness and negativity that I'm talking about. It's just another symptom. And that's why, I see things like that, and it's like, that's why I don't pay attention to this stuff. I don't follow the media. I don't watch TV, and I'm not constantly scrolling through. I don't even have a smartphone anymore at this point. I'm just saying, like, I don't focus on that kind of negativity. You're reinforcing it, and it makes people outraged. It makes people depressed. It's saddening. It lowers our spirits. It deanimates us. I mean, like I said, there's too much emphasis on the problem, or what's wrong with the world. Even if we're like becoming more aware, just knowing, okay, we're questioning the establishment narrative. We're questioning all these narratives that are being pushed upon us. And those that are having an alternative idea about things are being repressed. Yeah, we know that, but we've got to do something that actually frees us that are awake. As much as we want other people to be on our side, and we in a sense, we intend to be on their side. We might be misguided, but I think deep within, we want to be on the same side, and we want to love each other. But that love awareness, if you will, or love consciousness, is not really being elevated, because everybody's just so focused on just being right, on correcting the other person, being right over the other person, instead of lifting the other person up. Like, we've got to unite. This is my stream of consciousness here, but in principle, and most of all, I would say through the word of Yahweh, through Yahushua, the Anointed One, the Deliverer, incorporating and internalizing Him within us, and ultimately acknowledging in the end that we are Yahweh, or we are meant to be Him, to become the presence of Yahweh here on the earth, to immanentize Him, to become part of His body, which He is the head. Like we are supposed to be one convocation, one body, one entity, as mankind, as children of the light of Yahweh. We've got to return to that light, to seek the light, to ask for it, to knock. Because, yeah, what we seek, we're going to find. And we're going to manifest that with our thoughts and with our deeds and words. The more we emphasize this certain notion or thought or idea that we have that is being circulated between us, some people might call it an egregore or thought form or something. That's potentiating it. If we are aware of the wrong, of that which we don't want to happen, that which we don't want to be, why not stop paying it attention, paying it mind, paying it heed? To stop, to defund it and starve that thought form, thought larva, parasite, this parasite, to stop feeding it and feed into what we truly desire for the greater good. It's like that, I guess, that Native American proverb where it's like, which wolf is the one that wins? It's the one that you feed, right? Seek the truth, like actually, genuinely within your hearts, seek the truth. If the truth even matters to you in the first place. To those that don't, well, that's their prerogative. Let people continue as they are. Freedom of association. Even if our governments and the state and our nations don't respect, or the banks, the corporations, any kind of institutions don't actually respect our freedom of association, let's honor and respect that among ourselves, among each other. Pursue love. Pursue generosity and humility and patience and all these other aeons or eternal concepts that we must uphold, that has kept civilization sustained and are part of who we are as mankind. Those that will continue to do so, and those that won't, it may or may not happen sooner or later.